Agronef. Agronef? Agronef is taken? I just fucking made that up. Hi, welcome to Not the Travels of Agronef. I'll get into what this series is meant to be in a minute, but I thought I'd include that. Ha! Arrokesh! Because he's going to be a frost mage, so it's like Arrokesh. Okay, welcome to the Travels of Arrokesh. He's going to be a character who we level through Outland. That is going to be this entire series. None of these other characters are going to be in this series. This is Arrokesh's series, and his series alone. Yeah, look at him, he's pretty happy about it. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Wield the shadows as a weapon to save our world and defend the Alliance.
I will weave the shadows into my very shards of ice. Alright, fucking calm down, Blizzard Marketing. Oh look, it's Illyria, everyone. We finally found her. Not that one. Hell yeah! My new Final Fantasy keybinds. Working wow. Well, it's not really Final Fantasy keybind, it's more system-wide key rebinding, but if you haven't watched my Final Fantasy series, that's a whole thing I need to go over real quick. So basically, every time you've seen me play this game before, you will have seen that 1 through 6 I cast on my mouse, and then occasionally I will cast this lot on my mouse as well, but I would have to reach my thumb over across my D-pad to reach control because I use numpad for movement and stuff. But I recently rebound numpad, divide, asterisk, and subtract to be shift control and alt control respectively. So now I can actually reach every goddamn button. It's amazing. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be my new interrupt. I'm going to have to move that on all my characters. But that's going to be either an interrupt or a silence, depending on the class. It could be Arrokesh or it could be Arrokesh. Here I am, wondering about my name, and I'm standing next to someone called Yeehaw! Interesting. I can just tell the game to target 60 frames a second, and it will automatically adjust the graphics to meet 60 frames a second now. And it's immediately done that. You can tell, like, stuff's loading in on demand a bit more. I think I'm going to do that, because in older expansions I can usually hit 60 no problem, but in newer expansions and capital cities I usually have frame drops. So that way it'll automatically alter itself depending on where I am in the game. That's a really nice feature, I don't know when they added it.
Though you walk among the shadows, you are a beacon of hope to us all.
I'm a Shadowbringer. Okay, wrong game. Okay, so with Arrokesh's journey we are going to Outland. I started to do basically this concept, but as a live stream series, but on the Horde side. That's not necessarily ended. It's not necessarily going away. This is going to be all Alliance. And it's going to be the same kind of concept. Just basically going through Outland, reading the quest text, looking at the story, experiencing it again. Or for the first time in some zones. And then of course we'll make a new character to do Wrath of the Lich King, a new character to do Cataclysm Vanilla Zones, a new character to do Cataclysm Zones, a new character to do Mists of Pandaria, a new character to do Warlords of Draenor, and a new character to do Legion, and then a new character to do Battle for Azeroth, which isn't time walking at all.
So you look quite prepared.
Don't tell Illidan. He'll disagree with you. Some other things I should go over. We will not be using heirlooms. We will not be using anything which will help us gain XP faster. We are going to be doing this at the intended pacing. We're going to be avoiding dungeons unless it inherently ties into the story, in which case I will queue manually for that single dungeon. But that's probably going to be very rare. I don't actually remember how it's structured in Outland. Now the perfect mount for Arrokesh would be the Glacial Tidestorm. Also very quickly I want to thank my guild for forcing me to let them carry me to this for free. Thank you guys, I would never have got this otherwise. And I probably will put this mount on the bar, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, so we're not going to be using that mount in general, especially not as a ground mount. By the way, this is the only person in Stormwind. Oh no. Dead game, by the way? Dead game? No, I'm joking. I think everyone's in fucking Ouroboros these days. Obviously, the vanilla WoW zones aren't in the game anymore. I did briefly consider starting off this series by playing through classic WoW, but I'm not that much of a sadist. That is its own series already, but it would take so long compared to the other playthroughs. Let's go! Through the dark portal we step. Burning Crusade to Outland. Strange skies, charred earth, and an endless army of demons stretch out before you. There they are, look at them. An endless army of demons. Three of them. You have your orders, soldier, now move out. And though your blood must be burning to help us against the fiends below, waste no time here. Honor Hold needs you even more.
Light bless you.
Also, you're like nowhere near high enough level. Oh wait, he's literally level 10! Okay, you're technically high enough level to take on the pit commander, but let's not worry about that right now. My earliest memories of questing through Hellfire Peninsula in the actual game, I guess my earliest memories of Outland, I should say as much, is on level 70 private servers back when I was like 12 or 13 and couldn't afford a sub for the game. And my earliest memory would be flying around the entirety of Outland in flight form and just exploring it, so that was pretty cool. My actual earliest memories of playing through Outland, though, is of, I was in a guild called... Actually, it wasn't Beyond Warfare, it was before Beyond Warfare. I was in a guild, and I remember just, like, talking to people in my guild while I was killing boars, and then there was this one girl who was a nurse, and she was telling me about her day at work, and it's just nice, like, the memories you have attached to this game sometimes. Like, even, they can be super mundane, but it's nice. As if facing the Burning Legion again wasn't bad enough, there are horrors in this land unlike anything we've ever encountered. Marshal Isidore spits in the dust. No, they removed the spit emote. Look, you can't do it anymore. /spit. Nothing happens. Oh, that's neat. I never noticed the people walking to and fro the keep. That's a little flair that you don't normally see in this game, to be honest. Many years ago, my men and I followed a wizard Khadgar and a paladin Turalyon to this world. Our sole aim was to annihilate the orcs and their vile kin. Yet something went terribly wrong in the final hours of our war. Ultimately, this dark world was ripped asunder, and my dear friends were lost to the void. Yeah. About that. Holy shit. I do a lot of damage. I do a lot of fucking damage. I assume that'll change as I level up a bit. It's probably because I started out in green gear. Although, I don't remember. Oh my god, I'm so deep into Final Fantasy lately. Expect a lot of Final Fantasy comparison, by the way, in this series. It's unavoidable. That is actually something I meant to bring up at the start of this video. I have just come off the back of finishing Endwalker. I very much consider myself changed for it in what I expect out of these kinds of games. Obviously it's not entirely fair, but I'm starting this experience in Outland, a very old expansion for World of Warcraft. But obviously I love both games. I just want to get that out of the way, but like I'm probably going to be discussing that as I go along. Well, that's not good. That's the opposite of good. Oh well, at least he punted me away from him so he couldn't reach me. That was very nice of him to do.
Were you able to find any usable materials out there underneath all the dust, ash and char? This is in better condition.
Oh my god, that new mount looks amazing. I don't want to pay for it though, fucking hell. I think the only mount I've ever bought is this one. And it's weird that it would let me ooh, okay, that was scary. Weird that it would let me select it, given that I already own it. For the record, I know that the consensus on store mounts is store mounts icky and evil, and for the most part I agree, sure, but I do think that the 6-month pack they offer, which is just a 6-month sub and you get the latest store mount for free, which they've been doing for a year or two now, I guess, is actually really good. And I would absolutely go for it if I had an attention span, which meant that I would focus on World of Warcraft for 6 months at a time. But sadly, I don't, and it would be a waste of money. And I think that is exactly the kind of thing that Blizzard are betting on when they do that kind of deal. People are like, I really want the mount. I'll just make sure I play for 6 months and then you quit after 2. You know, I feel like most people are a bit like me. Oh, you know what I miss? Here it is, first one. I missed the recommended gear button that Final Fantasy has. I was literally just about to press it. Also, I don't think I'm going to bother with wands, right? This is 2022. To take them and their minions out would be a great setback to the Burning Legion. Again, I wanted a battalion, but I guess I'm going to ask you to do it by yourself. Oh, the Staff of Twin Worlds. Oh, that's worse than what I've got. Also, it's worth mentioning that at the end of this series, okay, so first of all, when you hit level 50, it kicks you out, and then you have to come back if you want to continue, and there's no more scaling, which is a shame. But we'll see how that goes. I might still make content out of it, and if not, if I start doing Shadowlands content on Arrokesh, I will assimilate him into the main Adventures in Shadowlands series. Your battle prowess has been noted by High Command Mage. They want to send you to the front lines to meet up with Rahamus' crew. They're radicals devoted to the complete extermination of a burning legion, so you may fit right in. Hey, what are you trying to say about me? That's a bit presumptuous. Especially if I'm playing as a demon hunter. Oh, actually no, if I'm playing as a demon hunter, that's perfectly assumptuous. The problem with Outland is they never grouped quests together. They hadn't got that far in quest design yet, so it's like, here's a quest to go over here, now here's a quest to go over here, now here's a quest to go over here. Which will probably be a little bit draining at some point. The fucking hedgehog? Sorry, I just got a notification from Snapchat, which I never even use. I was like, Amy Rose is on Hedgehog. No, Amy Rose is on Snapchat, and I was like, where have I heard that name before?
See you soon.
A hat? I got a hat. I got a silly hat. I must now wear the silly hat. Yeah, I don't have any hats, so I'm wearing a hat now. I'm wearing. Oh my god. That gives my character connotations that I am not keeping. Hang on, where's my transmog mount? Our Field Marshal Rahamus is just standing up here? So we never even talk to him? He just stands up here and says, we're gonna melt this hunk of junk down and make weapons with ingots. Let's see how the Legion likes a taste of Fell Reaver served up Alliance style. I've literally never noticed that before. I never understood that quest. You need to get to a tower and shoot fireworks up so that they know where to bomb. But can't they see it themselves? Like, there's nothing else around here. I'm coping, okay? Oh right, the water elemental. Can't believe I fucking forgot about that. Yeah, I have a water elemental. Hi, buddy. I don't love the water elemental. I think there is a talent to get rid of it and just become more powerful. I can't look at talents yet. I'm probably going to sacrifice my water elemental for power as soon as I can. Godweave Tunic has been added to her appearance collection. Now that's something. If I'm going to be comparing it to Final Fantasy, I should be fair and also say the things WoW does better. This is something I have fucking missed playing Final Fantasy, this transmog system. And any Final Fantasy player will tell you the same thing. The transmog system in that game is kind of trash. Clearly a man doing a dying boar noise. I've never noticed that before, but that was clearly a man doing a dying boar noise. I was worried coming from Final Fantasy that I wouldn't find the rotation very compelling, but there's something about the animations and sound effects in this game, at least post update, not like classic, but you know, modern game, that just makes spellcasting feel way more impactful than it is in Final Fantasy. Arcane Explosion is so fucking overpowered at low levels. By the way, something no one ever talks about is the fact that I don't have a sub right now. So that means that WoW expanded the free trial without anyone noticing. When they lowered the level, like they kind of consolidate the levels to go from 120 down to 60. They didn't change the 20 level free trial, which means you can now play through more of the content of this game, even though it's still a level 20 free trial. And no one ever, I have seen, ever has brought that up. They extended it. Something I've never noticed before is this honor hold guard just strolling in front of the outhouses. He needs to go, but there's people in there already. And this fucking dead skeleton from waiting too long. If Shatterpoint starts to teeter, then grab on something and don't float away. That won't float away.
Safe travels.
I like that this is literally a floating rock island, and they're like, yeah, sometimes it just turns over and you kind of have to go with it.
Well met.
Send me to the abyssal shelf.
Keep your feet on the ground.
You keep your feet on the ground, okay? I'll worry about my feet, you worry about your feet. Though I can scarcely believe it, we actually need the Horde to help us hold the line of a dark portal. We can't afford to let Thralmar fall. We've got to destroy these cannons before the Legion pulverizes our allies.
Go with honor, friend.
The Horde? Working with the Alliance? What is this, every second expansion? Well, I'm dead. Anyone want to help? Ah, look at you. Kind souls. Good people. Ah! A saw! How long was that following me for? It would seem like, because I've done those on another character, I can then do the rest of these on this character, and then it will contribute towards my overall account-wide lore master. I think they changed that at some point. Obviously, like, not all achievements were account-wide, but I think they changed the way different achievements attribute to it. Ah, shit. Oops. 891. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Literally any other expansion would have you kill the boss at the same time as the enemies, but Burning Crusade? Nope. Kill the enemies, run back out, grab the next quest, run back in. Stay there and think about what you did. Wait, is this quest marker just showing me where the beads are buried? That's not good. I should have to follow the dog. That's the quest. Oh, this was an oversight. I can forgive one oversight. There's thousands of quests. I was born here, Void Elf. This is my world, all that I know. As a boy, my mother and father would regale me with tales of your world and the splendour it held. How I longed to leave this place. Alas, fate is a cruel mistress. My mother and father have long since passed, buried in this very graveyard. I remain to uphold their honour and the honour of my family, the sons of Lothar.
See you later.
Nice speaking to you, Dillingers. I wonder how many people bother to read your text. It's literally one at a time. Why don't I remember this quest as being insane? Is it seriously one at a time? Oh my god. What's that? Kill them all? Yes. Yes, I should kill them all. No, I should. Oh fuck, man. Ah, jeez. You know what? I think I missed my water elemental. I think I've come back around on water elementals. Next time I'm in a city, I think I'll change talent. Really? A trinket which reduces threat, and a trinket which increases dodge. I don't want either of these. Oh good, it upgraded. Amazing. I used to think Arator's prophecy dream was something to be really excited about and try and decipher, but I guess I've got more cynical as I've got older. I am now 100% sure this was written without any kind of idea as to how they would get to this point, or what the whisper would mean. Or at least if they did, their plans changed. Like, they might still fulfill that prophecy, but I feel like they would have to work to get to that point, instead of it being a natural occurrence in the story that was always planned for. And it'll be obvious about it too. It's about time. I heard what you've been up to with that Draenei priest. Have you now? Don't tell anyone though, okay? Accept this armor?
Fight well, friend.
Oh thanks, I look amazing. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. But who calls a tunic armor? Am I mad? Did that demon just fart as it died? I swear that sounds like a fart. For the record, I only had one headphone in. Listen to it with your left headphone off and let me know if you think it sounds more like a fart, because I think it sounds more like a fart that way. Oh. Oh shit. Did I just... I'll kill one. Oh, it's an extremely rare one. Okay. Man, look at these rep gains you get from just handing in quests back in the day. Reputation with honor hold increased by 250. Reputation with honor hold increased by 500. Ugh, it feels like tangible rewards. Not this fucking 75 rep per quest bullshit we get these days. Oh, I just remembered. This motherfucker has slow fall. That makes life so much easier. Ding. Oh my gosh, I got Cone of Cold. That's another AoE. Man, Frost Mage is more AoE heavy than I expected. Obviously this is a talent I chose, but still. Jesus Christ, how much pooping does this goddamn Fellhound need to do before he's gonna poop up the keys? I've killed so many Fellboars. Oh my god. We've killed and eaten like 10 boars, dude. How much fucking space do you have in your goddamn stomach? Just want to reiterate, the first quest in this chain was called Outland Sucks. I feel like the developer who programmed these quests may have had an inkling as to what they were doing. Finally! My god!